Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. So yesterday Kabam announced changes to Battlegrounds for Season 1 and Season 2, and the too long don't want to watch the entire video for it is that they are quite good. They are definitely not everything that we could hope for, but at the same time it is a significant improvement in the overall amount of rewards that everybody can get from Battlegrounds. And it's basically broken down in Season 1 and Season 2 changes. The changes that are coming in play immediately is better 2-day solo events. It's cheaper glory store, and at end of the Season 1, everybody will get their points in Alliance and solo events multiplied by approximately a factor of 3, so you will get some extra milestone rewards there as well. Season 2, you will also be able to contribute points with regular energy, and you will have better season rewards. Right, but let's break it down bit by bit. So the first thing is solo objectives now are going to be split in 3 different tiers. This is the 2-day solo objective. Currently it is win 5 matches to earn 650 of these trophy tokens. And after the update now, it's split in 2 different objectives. One of them is match wins, and the other one is matches completed, which is much easier, much better. So you don't even need to win. You just, for instance, in bronze, need to play 3 matches in order to get 600 trophy tokens, which is almost as much as you previously could get max. And it's much better even at the lowest tier, where you have to win 1 match to earn 200 tokens and play 3 matches to earn 600 tokens every 2 days. And combine this with the lower prices in the Battlegrounds store, this is quite a meaningful increase even at the lowest levels of Battlegrounds. Now for bronze, for silver and plus matches, you need to win 2 matches to get 400 and play 3 matches to get 600, so you get 1000 of these trophy tokens. And again, with reduced prices, it's much easier to get these tokens, and it is, well, they are worth more. And then gold plus matches, you in total can get 1200 trophy tokens, 600 for winning 3 matches, 600 for playing 3 matches. Again, easier to acquire these and significantly more at this point. Battlegrounds store changes are quite major, namely also because of the increase in the limits that you can purchase. And the biggest thing to take away from Battlegrounds store update is that most of the significant things are much cheaper and with higher limits. You can also buy tier 6 basic catalyst fragments and tier 12 catalyst fragments now for less than half the price than you used to. So now they are kind of pulled more in line. I still think they are quite pricey, especially when looking next to the signature stone. So I do not recommend taking rank 4 materials from here. I recommend buying 6-star signature stones because you can buy up to 50 of these a week. So most of the weeks you will not be able to reach these limits, but the good thing is that you will actually be able to kind of like buy as much of what you want without really worrying much about these limits. And that is a significant, huge source of signature stones. So 6-star signature stone floodgates now have basically been open. My personal recommendation is, yes, for most of the people, I suppose, to focus on acquiring 6-star signature stones here, because they are made slightly cheaper, but they're definitely way more available as well. On top of that, they have reduced prices for stuff like 6-star crystal shards from 650 to 450, so that's also a decent significant drop, and the rest of the items are cheaper. So every trophy token that you have right now is worth more. Additionally, players will be compensated for the price difference on the items already purchased before the store price are updated. So whatever trophy tokens you have used up for the higher prices, you will be sent, the difference to your account, which is a very, very good and positive thing that Kabam is doing. Again, I do not fear giving Kabam credit where credit is due, and it is quite surprising that they're going this much in depth, and I understand why they're doing it, and I completely agree and support Kabam for doing this and refunding basically the extra tokens that you have spent in the store before the price update. So that is quite a big thing there, which is, absolutely amazing. I have spent a ton of trophy tokens already, for instance, so I definitely eagerly await whatever they are going to send to me. So that is the biggest thing. Battlegrounds store becoming cheaper and trophy tokens amount being increased is kind of multiplying the effect of these changes. And if initially at surface they do not seem to be quite big, they are. In a sense that previously, for instance, you earned 650 trophy tokens every 5 days for doing more work. You could afford with that like less than 2 sig stones, for instance, every 2 days. Now, for doing less work, you're going to be able to afford nearly 3+ sig stones. So it's kind of like doubled the amount of the value of trophy token and the reward. So it is a significant increase. It's going to take a time for people to notice and for it to set in, but it's quite huge. Also, for instance, reduced price and even stuff like tier 5 basics. Now they're going to cost 170 instead of 370. So that's less than double the price, and you can buy much more of them. So now you will be able to afford basically 5 tier 5 basics for the same price that previously you could get only 1.25 tier 5 basics. So that's 4 times cheaper in terms of tier 5 basics. And again, you get more of these tokens. So it is a massive change in a lot of these categories. Then also Alliance and Solo event scoring at the conclusion of the season. So not right now, but at end of the season, they will multiply the points everyone has earned throughout the objectives by roughly 3. I don't know why they say roughly. Why it couldn't be just 3 exactly. And once we do this, players should unlock any additional milestones from both events that they now qualify, and you're going to get more trophy tokens and more of the other stuff that is there. This multiplier will persist into Season 2 at approximately the same value. Again, I don't quite understand why they use the roughly and approximately thing. They could just say 3 and be done with it. But in either case, getting more of those milestones rewards, obviously, if you have been using any Elder's Marks at all, which you should have been, because you get some for free, is going to get you some more of the milestones. And now we're going to have Season 2 changes. And for Season 2 changes, there are updates to Alliance and Solo event, where players will be able to contribute using quest energy to enter these matches. This way, everyone, regardless of spending, is able to contribute to the events. Elder's Marks will remain a premium item that will allow summoners more quickly to advance these events. Now here, I would really like to know the difference and the disparity. Is like playing 3 matches with energy equals playing 2 matches with Elder's Marks, or playing 1 match with Elder's Marks, for instance. It is quite important to know that, because if you get a very tiny amount using energy and huge amount using Elder's Marks, then it doesn't really help much in the situation. It still leaves it almost effectively the same, but it is step in the right direction. Again, this is one of those places where we definitely need more details to kind of put a seal of approval. It is a good thing, but whether it is meaningfully a good thing remains to be seen based on the actual point allocation and point difference. Then updates to Victory Track and Gladiator Circuit. The Victory Track will have more tokens that are more evenly distributed across the ranks. Now this one, I'm not even sure whether I particularly like, because the problem at the moment the game mode had is the fact that Victory Track and progressing through Victory Track was effectively worth much more than you doing anything in Gladiator Circuit. The problem isn't that Victory Track isn't attractive, because it is. You get decent amount of trophy tokens, some Elder's Marks, whatever, progressing through it, and that is much better than anything you get for playing in Gladiator Circuit, which is the real problem here. So making Victory Track even more attractive is just, I don't think it is something that I would come up to do, but obviously it's not necessarily a bad thing in the terms of overall rewards, what majority of the players will get. So again, we do need to see details, how this is updated, how much more trophy tokens we see, how they are distributed. And it's kind of hard to comment on this, where again, we need to reserve our full kind of judgment a bit. It is a good thing, but again, whether it's meaningfully good thing will remain to be seen. Then the Gladiator Circuit will see a meaningful increase in trophy tokens. I do want to see that. I think if anything, I would have liked to see additional rewards rather than just the trophy tokens in the Gladiator Circuit rewards, but at the same time, as the point 3 says, increased accessibility of trophy tokens paired with the change to BG Store will compound their value, which is something that I mentioned before. At the same time, if trophy tokens now are worth more, then again the Gladiator Circuit rewards are going to be worth more. Whether they will be, again, attractive enough compared to solo events, which again was the problem, that the best rewards are in the solo events rather than the actual Gladiator Circuit, because Gladiator Circuit rewards were comparatively meaningless. Whether now will they catch up enough is question to be seen on details. So the changes that they are making are virtually all unequivocally good. They are positive improvements, and I want to make sure that people walk away from this video understanding that. Every single point that they laid out for Season 2 changes, for Alliance and solo events, for the store updates, for the solo event updates, all of those are positive and good things. And that is the message from this post and from this video. However, how good or how meaningful, or whether they are sufficient or good enough, still remains to be seen at several of these, especially when it comes to Season 2, because we have no details. How much points you're going to get with energy, questing energy compared to Elder's Marks? How much will they improve the victory track? How much trophy tokens we will see added to the rank rewards? All of that is kind of like the devil is in the details. If they add a couple thousand, it's meaningless. If they add tens of thousands, then it could be enough, so on and so forth. And again, with those points, if you earn like half of what you earn with Elder's Marks, kind of makes sense. Or if you even earn a third, then it's not as good, but it's still workable. But if you earn like 1/5 of the points you earn with Elder's Marks, then it's still quite rubbish. So the devil here hides in the details. These changes are good. It's just hard right now to evaluate how meaningful and how good they are. The most kind of like concrete and meaningful thing to take away from this is that Battlegrounds store has becoming significantly better due to reduced prices, increased limits, and increased amounts of trophy tokens that we can earn, especially 6-star signature stones. As a game resource, it was nowhere, anywhere kind of regularly, freely available, especially without purchasing offers, and now it really is. So this is kind of like a very fairly pivotal moment, and with this change, without a doubt, Battlegrounds is the best place. At least now it has an identity in terms of rewards, that Battlegrounds is the best place for free-to-play players, pretty much the only place where to get meaningful amounts of 6-star signature stones. Obviously, it is kind of tarred a bit with the announcement of 7-stars and relics and everything else, but again, it is still a good thing that we do have now a stable, consistent, meaningful place where to acquire 6-star signature stones at a reasonable fast rate. Every month, if you kind of manage to get the maximum amounts, and if you play this actively, you can basically max out a 6-star. It is a huge, huge, huge thing. Right. That being said, let me know what you guys think about these changes, and drop a comment, hit a like, and all that other good stuff. See ya. Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information about the